presentation of the colors.
Color guard attention.
Color guard advance.
Assembly salute. Assembly pledge American flag. Salute. Ready. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard left face.
Color guard forward march.
You may all be seated.
Good morning. I now have the honor of introducing and inviting to the podium the Scholars Academy founding principal, Mr. Brian O'Connell.
Good morning, everyone. How are you feeling this morning? Proud, happy, excited, relieved you got a parking spot. Welcome to the 2018 class of Scholars Academy Middle School students. What a great way to begin. I called you students. Student celebration. Give them a big round of applause. Don't they look great? Can we give the students who led us with the pledge and the color guard a big round of applause? Didn't they do a fine job? This is really a celebration, so I want you to relax, take a deep breath, take in the moment. This is a milestone that we all have to share together, that we can cherish, that hopefully we can draw back upon at some other point in life and use and benefit from, to give us some pause, to give us some perspective, and to really let us appreciate why we are all here together. Whenever the pledge is stated, or the national anthem, or God Bless America, or any of these songs or symbolic moments that I witness, whenever they happen, I go into very deep thought about who I'm with and what the founding fathers thought of when they put down the framework for this country. When you really dig into it, we are all part of something special. Looking around the room, and we always talk about this with our seawolves, they all come from different backgrounds. They all come from different socioeconomic classes, different religions, different streets, different language backgrounds, cultures, so on and so forth. The one thing that our nation's values, which I believe are universal and all humanity should strive for, is it brings us together. It brings us together in commonality. liberty and justice for all. I don't think there's a human being on this planet that doesn't want that. We have the beautiful gift of being in a country, in a nation, in a state, and a city that truly believes and is evolving for, striving for, one individual at a time, one organization at a time, for liberty and justice for all. So can we give our great nation a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? So I have a 12-page speech here, and that part wasn't even in the speech. So this might take a while, but I'll do the best I can to move it along. This is a celebration, and we are very grateful for the hosts of our party. I want to give a thanks to the principals and the custodial staff of Beach Channel High School for letting us use this venue. Let's give them a round. All the safety agents. I also want to thank our key staff members that put this event together. They're probably really nervous. They worry about every detail. We do have a very high bar, a high standard here at Scholars Academy. Can we give a special round of applause to the following 4 people? Ms. Rebecca Hank, Kristen Camarinos, Amy Nevins, and Assistant Principal Tony Marie Vieira. Thank you. I know this is a lot of work. And I also want to thank just a core group of teachers. I know that many hands make light work, so can we give a hand to the other core 8th grade teachers? And I pray I don't leave one out, and forgive me if I do. Ms. Podmore, Ms. Doyle, Ms. Khalil, Ms. Negron, Ms. Malone, Ms. Camarinos, Ms. Hank, Ms. Walsh, Ms. Hudson, Mr. Bierman. Also, our arts teachers, Mr. Light, Ms. Wurst, who have worked with these 8th graders, and our fitness teachers, Ms. Redding and Mr. Lenati. Can we give them a big round of applause? Let's also give a shout out to all those teachers who have worked with you 8th graders over the years, especially Scholars Academy, but even before Scholars Academy, that got you ready to go to Scholars Academy, that got you ready to set the foundation upon which you have built tremendously. Give all of your former teachers and teachers you've had in your respective prior schools around. And we thank the color guard, but let's also thank the chorus, the band, and our media team that's streaming this event. Give them a round also, folks. My goal is really to get your hands sore and tired today, so just be prepared for that. Now, students, we are very, very proud of you, and we are here to celebrate you. But I said this to students time and time again over the years. We have to be grateful for the people, our support systems, each and every one of you. Scholars Academy Seawolves has a pack at home, not just your pack of Seawolves at school, but your pack at home that supports you, that labored with you, that toiled with you, I'm sure, over projects and assignments, over studying for exams, things of that nature over the years. Please turn to you if you can, twist your head slightly without losing those caps, and give your family members a big round of applause that are here, or perhaps at home or at work supporting you. So again, we're here to celebrate, so I will have to look down at some papers as I work through this celebration launch today, because there are some statistics and details that I don't have the ability anymore. I'm getting old, not old enough to retire, so don't worry, I'll be around. But I can't remember things like I used to. So the class of 2018, these are phenomenal students, and we celebrate their character, their leadership, their intellect, and their talents. We have in front of us a great deal of leaders, and you'll hear specifically about who earned which award later on in the program. But for now, just let's celebrate this. We have 2 students that received the New York State Comptroller Award for Public Service and Leadership, 2 students who received the New York City Comptroller Award for Public Service and Leadership, 2 students that received the Queensborough President's 40th Annual Educational Incentive Award, 2 students who received an award from the District Attorney for their citizenship and scholastic endeavors, and 3 students who earned the Assistant Principal's Award for Leading by Example, and 1 student who earned the CSA Principal Student Leadership Award. Can we give these student leaders a big round of applause? Over 25 students earned these awards. Over 25 students earned those awards. That was just a sample. So this is a very successful 8th grade class. Over 50% of the seawolves before you have earned National Junior Honor Society status throughout middle school. This is not easy. 90+ average, excellent attendance, community service, and good character, good discipline history. Can we give those students a big round of applause? I say this at every NJHS and NHS, National Honor Society ceremony, which happens with the high school students, that we believe character is the most important trait of the values actually celebrated by those organizations. However, we look at character through the lens of service. These students before you have generated so much service to others. In an age where we can fall into our electronic devices and think about me, 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 service is very, very important, and human-to-human interaction and contact and support and empathy is extremely critical as we move forward with technology influencing society. So this class of 2018, they serve others, and this speaks volume about their character. 5 students, however, in this group I want to actually mention by name because I'm so impressed with how much service they provided of their time, where they could have been sitting playing a video game, they could have been watching TV, they could have been out playing ball or just hanging out, but they went out and they helped out others. These 5 students have volunteered over 100 or more hours of community service individually. Dylan Black, Ariola Adiosin, Nabila Fatima, Raymond Connors, and Alia Fernando. Give them a big round of applause. Also note that 131 of these students in this room exceeded the 12-hour minimum community service expectation. But in total, this Scholars Academy 2018 class has racked up over 4,300 hours of community service. Give them a round. Again, we're also talking about talent, and we're also talking about scholarship today. Students, stand up if you hear a group that of which you were a part this year or any prior year with the Seawolves. So, we have a lot of artistic talent. We have scholars who sing, who play, who act, who paint and design. So stand up if you were one of the 8th grade STEP team members who entertained us at numerous events this year, always capturing a huge round of applause. Stand up, STEP team members. 8th grade STEP team members, stand up. Where are you hiding? There we go. That's a proud Seawolf. Our steppers, they mainly work through Millennium Development, our after-school partner, also performed at the Brooklyn Academy of Music competition and did phenomenally this year. So give all of our steppers in 8th grade, as well as those back at the school, a round of applause. Theater students in 8th grade who performed in High School Musical Junior or Peter Pan Junior. Please stand up, theater students, drama students, thespians. Set design, who created the scenery for High School Musical Junior, the Crucible, Peter Pan Junior, or Beauty and the Beast. If you were part of set design or crew, please stand up. Stage crew and set design. Got to be a few of you in here. Oh, you're hiding. Chorus and band members. Chorus and band members performed at numerous Scholars Academy shows and community events, such as the Veterans Day Memorial event, the inauguration of Stacy Pfeffer Amato, our assembly person, St. Patrick's Day Parade, the Memorial Day Parade, and yes, they've even gone so far as to go to the North Pole, albeit the Little North Pole, which is on 144th and Cronston. Can we give all of our chorus and band members a big round of applause? Please stand up, chorus and band members. Now, Seawolves are also of athletic mind and body. If you are on one of these teams, stand up for the Seawolf cheer. When I say, see what? You say? Seawolf. See what? Seawolf. All right, here we go. 8th graders who participated in cross country and track or co-ed soccer. Also, that co-ed soccer team was the 2nd place in the tournament involving 8 schools from across the peninsula and mainland Queens. Please stand up, 8th graders from cross country track or co-ed soccer. Please stand up. See what? See what? Now we also have those folks who are best at teaching us how to cheer, our middle school cheerleading crew, who combined with our band and took home the first place youth group St. Patrick's Day Parade. Let's give our cheerleaders. Cheerleaders, please stand, and our band, please stand. See what? See what? Now we have our boys basketball team. Took home the second place in the Peninsula League. Please stand up, boys basketball team. There they are, and they're getting taller by the minute, ladies and gentlemen. See what? See what? All right. Now our girls basketball team, who took home first place in the Peninsula League. Please stand up, girls basketball team. There you are. See what? See what? And now our girls volleyball team, very special team. First place, undefeated season in the Peninsula League. Please stand up, girls volleyball team members from 8th grade. Give them a special round of applause. See what? See what? All right, thank you. Those are our athletes, ladies and gentlemen. But we're also smart. Sound body and sound mind. These students before you have, although they're in middle school, they completed 3 high school courses already. And I'm sure they are relieved. Am I right, students? Oh yeah, those heads are nodding. Now we do have the results of 2 of the exams that they took, which were high school exams. Well, this exam, the Spanish proficiency exam, which earns you 1 year of high school credit toward the foreign language or the language other than English requirement, 61% of these students in the room scored an 85 or higher. Give them a round of applause. "23% of you, 1 in 4 of you, scored above 95. That's something to celebrate. 11 of you scored 100. That's pretty impressive. And 95% of you passed the Spanish proficiency exam, earning 1 year of high school credit. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Now, we do not have the algebra results in yet. Those have not been compiled and tabulated. The scoring goes on to the last minute. However, we do have the living environment results for you. I know some of you already know your results. So, but maybe someone in your family doesn't know exactly what this overall group scored. 81% of the students in this room scored an 85 or higher. Give them a big round of applause. 19% of the students, 1 in 5 students in this room scored above a 95. That's special. And 100% of the students in this room earned credit for high school for the living environment, regents, and course. That's something to really, really enjoy. But impressive overall, other than these high stakes exams results, is that the overall GPA, which signifies the day-to-day grind that these students go through, the overall GPA for the graduating class of 2018 is a 92.15. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So clearly you're prepared to go on to high school. In a way, you're sort of already in it. You've just taken 3 high school courses. And although you've been with us for 3 years, most of you, some of you will stay with us through high school, some of you will be departing. And we'll miss you. We'll miss you. I promise you we will miss you. But we're happy that you spent the time, and we were fortunate enough to have the time with you during these past 3 years. So this is just a result of some of the schools that you're going to. So if I describe a high school that you're going to next year, I want you to stand up and remain standing, Seawolves. Remain standing. In the end, I want to see everybody standing. Okay? So first, 8% of our graduates will be attending specialized high schools. Please stand up. 11%. 11% of our graduates will be attending Catholic, parochial, or private school next year. Please join them. 9% of our graduates will be attending other screened competitive high schools next year. Please join them. Please stand. And 72% of our graduates will be continuing to Scholars Academy High School in September. Please stand. Big round, ladies and gentlemen. See what? See what? I'm just trying to get you excited here. I know this is a dignified event, so please be kind enough to seat again. So, I think that these phenomenal teachers, staff members in our school, those back at the building holding down the fort, the teachers that you've had prior to going to Scholars Academy, your parents and your supporters here, I think we've done our job up to this point, and I think you've done your jobs as learners up to this point. So you're clearly ready for this next leg in the journey. As we get nearer to this final transition, I'd like to share with you some thoughts that we gathered from your 8th grade teachers, as well as a final thought from me. So first, the final thoughts from the 8th grade teachers. First, from Ms. Camarinos. I'm not going to try to impersonate any of you, okay? Just, you know. To 806 and 807, always remember that 8C means family, and you will forever be one of the most special parts of it. Give Ms. Camarinos a round of applause. Ms. Hudson. When in doubt, factor it out. There you go. Give Ms. Hudson a round of applause. They've been conditioned. Now, Ms. Doyle. 8A, thanks for the laughs and for bearing with me on those days I thought I could give up coffee. Give Ms. Doyle a big round of applause. And Ms. Malone. Always think, what would Atticus Finch do? Give Ms. Malone a big round of applause. I got to work on this one. And of course, these math teachers love these puzzles. Ms. Khalil, 0.999 equals 1. All right, Ms. Khalil. And I saved this one because it's really a great segue to what I'm thinking about also. Ms. Podmore says to you, make good choices. Give Ms. Podmore a big round of applause. So, on that note, a word from myself to you. Proud principal, to you, scholars. You're ready? Scores, talents, athletic ability, leadership ability, work ethic, and character. You have already begun to prove to yourself of all this potential bundled up inside you, waiting to continue to be pressed to the next level. You're moving on to high school. You'll have some very competitive environments, some challenging courses, steeper competition, but you'll also have a lot of choices to make, a lot of difficult choices. Some of them are really sneaky choices that you have to make that you don't even realize are meaningful forks in the road from which you must choose. Now, one of the issues that we parents face is that during these tween and teen years, where you're exactly at, you've just gone through your tween years, and I'd say all of you are at the beginning of your teen years. But we parents, as well as school, teachers, educators, we go through this process of something called gradual release, where we're supporting you, we're training you, we're really involved in a lot of your thinking, coaching, decision-making. Sometimes you'll feel as if we're micromanaging. Sometimes we'll feel as if we are telling you what to do, and you want to be independent, and you say things to us like, you don't understand. We do understand. Adults in the room, how many of you have been teenagers before? Please raise your hands. Look at all these hands go up, right? So we have been there. We may be a little grayer. We may be a little older. We may look exhausted because frankly we are. We may be a little stressed out because we wake up in the middle of the night worrying about you because we love you so much. But we have been there, and we do understand. There are things about the world that are very, very different, like technology, like the exposure you get to things beyond your immediate circle or culture that your parents invested in, with whom to live. And that's a reality. So it's really important that the coaching and this gradual release is received by you and embraced by you. So it's not easy even for your parents to emotionally go through this process. So we ask also from you for patience. Be patient with your families as you go through that gradual release process going through high school. And frankly, it's going to happen again in college, where you're going to be pulling for independence, and they're going to be minding you for safety, minding you to make certain that you're safe, because the love we have for you is incredible. We think about you 24/7, even when we can't be with you 24/7. Am I right, parents? That's right. So one thing I ask that you do is you need to rely upon all those little lessons that you may have pushed off, brushed off, seawolves, from your parents, from your teachers. You need to trust that. You need to trust what you know. And that will help you get over the fears of the things you don't know. So as you move through high school, your biggest challenge is not going to be necessarily those courses. It's not going to be the competition. It's going to be getting better at managing yourself. During that gradual release process, you need to be more independent. That's exactly what your parents want for you. We want you to prove and demonstrate that you are ready to move further away from the nest. But that requires those choices that you make. That requires you really think about those numerous choices you make. Do you go left and do the easy thing? Or do you go right and do the difficult, more challenging, but correct thing? You will make mistakes, I guarantee it. We all do. We're human. But they are a part of learning. You need to embrace those mistakes. When you fall down, when you get hurt, sometimes you will get a scar. But you have to forgive yourself for it. And you have to move on. You have to move on wiser, stronger, tougher, and ready for the next choice that you have to make. So I'm going to give you one strategy to use when you are faced with a difficult choice. And we are about to continue a tradition that after some research I did yesterday, and I can't believe it's been this long, but I've been doing this tradition not because I don't have a whole lot of shtick and spiel each year that I can whip up, but because it means something. I've been doing this tradition with children for 17 years. So the first time I did this was when I was an assistant principal in PS 236 in Brooklyn. And it was my first year as an assistant principal, and we had the 5th grade graduation. And during that time, the principal had no idea what I was going to talk about. And when she started listening to the beginning of what I'm about to do with you, she told me she was freaking out. She was worried. Where was I going with this? This is getting weird. So please know that this is not weird. This is really, really hilarious, that what we're about to do. Now, at my house over the past 12 or 13 years, I've been having conversations with my own children about this very speech. And they are so intrigued about what this speech is about, this part of the speech, if you will. And today is a day where I am blessed to have my beautiful wife, Jean Marie, here, my father-in-law, Craig, here, my son, Shane, who's working with the media film studio, and my daughter, Shannon, who's sitting among the graduates. And I'm very blessed to have them here. They're finally going to find out about this speech. Now, as life would have it, there are so many strange coincidences in the world. And just the other night, Monday night, my former principal, who is now our superintendent, Mary Barton, had a CEC, Community Education Council meeting at the Scholars Academy. And she was in our theater. And she came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder, and she says, listen, I have to talk to you about something. And I got nervous. I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? So I had to get up out of my seat, go all the way to the back of the theater. And on the wall, we have Ms. Trippick has been putting up signature, excellent samples of student art that could go in any museum over the past several years. And you see this studio-style art going up in our theater. So the superintendent brought me over to this picture, and she said, what is this? So I brought the picture. I asked Mr. Pepe to zoom in. I'll do my best not to drop everything. Here is a picture that was done as part of an art project in Ms. Trippick's class. You might not be able to see from where you're sitting, but this is a row of belly buttons. When you look at them, now maybe that's why the superintendent asked me to see, why do I have a bunch of people's belly buttons on our wall in the Scholars Academy Theater? But, so I explained to her that the issue is, this is really, I'm gonna have to move it here. I think the metal on the bracket, somebody turn the volume up. The issue is, let's see, let's try it again. No. The issue is, this is one of our seawolves who are working here tonight, part of the color guard, explained to me, this is a value scale. These are all different skin tones of humanity. It goes from light to dark, from dark to light. This is one of the fundamental things they learn in visual arts class. Now, this was done in Miss Trippick's room millions of times, probably by now. And this student, Felicia Saucedo, that graduated in 2012, came up with this idea, and she's probably studying art somewhere, doing great things. I have to do some more research to find out. And she created this piece of artwork that speaks so incredibly about the value scale, humanity, equity, but then also that belly button. That belly button is a symbol. So Felicia Saucedo was not in attendance at PS 236 when I gave that first belly button speech. But she moved to New York from Louisiana. Now, this is one of those strange coincidences. Why? To go to school in PS 236, where Mary Barton was still principal in 2005 because of Hurricane Katrina. Later on, as you know, we would go through Hurricane Sandy. Felicia Saucedo then came to Scholars Academy Middle School and High School and became one of our most premier students. And she then, maybe she heard this in 8th grade, if she went to our 8th grade and heard the belly button speech and somehow had some inspiration. But I think when I never noticed this on the wall in my own theater until Monday night where Superintendent Barton, again, I kind of scared her with something we were doing with regard to the belly button, came up and pointed it out to me. So now I'm going to put you through that tradition. Are you seawolves ready? Let's go, wake up people, are you ready? All right, this is it. So this is a very strange request. Of course, I've been doing this for 17 years, but humor me for a moment, and I ask that everybody in this room, but especially you seawolves, take your finger, it should be your favorite one, and touch your belly button. Touch your belly button. Already you think this is hilarious, right? See, I told you, it's weird. When you touch your belly button, it's strange. Now, some people just touch their belly button to ponder the universe, right? But this belly button, and I think Felicia captured it in some way in her value scale photography project that I just showed you. This belly button has great symbolic meaning. See, some people, to help them make a good choice or remember something, they tie a string around their finger. But one day I realized, when thinking about my own mother, that this belly button connected us to our mothers. Connected to us, gave us life. You were in the womb. There isn't a person in this room that was not in the womb. Let me continue to touch my belly button. Can you believe we have about, I don't know, 800 people touching their belly buttons right now? That might be a Guinness Book of World Records, I think. We got to call Guinness. Everyone in this room has been nurtured, fed, received oxygen, gas exchange, all the biological things you need to grow and develop through the umbilical cord, the placenta, which now the remnant is this little knot, innie, outie, in-betweenie, whatever you have, it's yours, embrace it, love it. This is your reminder that you were nurtured by your mothers. Now, I can only speak for my family, but I remember when my wife was pregnant to our oldest child, my daughter Shannon, she was rubbing her belly and saying to me, I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to meet her. I love her so much, and I haven't even met her. So some scientists think that the bonds that hold the molecules together, the atoms together, of uranium-235 are some of the most powerful bonds in the universe, that when you split them with an accelerator, by firing these atoms together, you can create, from something we can't even see with the naked eye, a nuclear explosion. But I argue that the most powerful bond that can transcend, if you remember, if you let it, time and place, is the bond between mother and child, caregiver and child. The belly button is that reminder. It's whether our mothers are with us physically, whether our mothers are with us spiritually. This belly button is our reminder, so that when we have a fork in the road, I challenge every seawolf in this room to put that meta moment in. And you won't all the time. That I can guarantee, because you will break down. But to put that moment where you pause your thinking, take a deep breath before you make that decision. Left, easy thing, wrong thing, right, correct thing, possibly more challenging thing, right decision. Do something as if your mother or your father or someone who loves you is sitting on your shoulder, and touch that belly button to remind you that you have an obligation during this gradual release process to think about all of the teachings, the trainings, the love, the investment, the worrying, the rubbing of the bellies that your parents and loved ones have given you over the years. You have an obligation to yourself, and you also have an obligation to that pack of people, and those, especially your mothers who have nurtured you for this many years. So please, remember to touch your belly button, seawolves, and can we give them, all of our caregivers and mothers, a big special round of applause right now? I don't even need this page. So that's it. That's the belly button speech. This might be the last time I tell the belly button speech, unless I can get you guys to convince me over the next couple of days if to do it again next year. But this is 17 years in the running, and I still think it has meaning, and I'm so grateful that Superintendent Barton terrified me by scaring me that I had something inappropriate on the wall in the theater, and pointed out this piece of artwork. And it really says it all. We are humans. We are all the same. We are all connected, and all connected through time, place, throughout the millennium, but especially now within our own nuclear families through our silly belly buttons. So please remember that. Seawolves, on behalf of the entire staff and the Scholars Academy, whether you're going off to other high schools or remaining with us, please know that we care deeply about you. We want to continue to help you develop. Those of you who move on, we will indeed miss you. You will always be part of our Scholars Academy pack of seawolves. So when you come back for a visit, make sure you have an appointment, all right? We don't take unannounced appointments. And just remember, when you're off in school, whether you're going to one of the specialized high schools or private school, you know you came from good stock. The good stock of your family and the good stock of the Seawolf Pack. Thank you, everybody. Let's enjoy the rest of our program now. I apologize for the length of that speech. Some of you are still touching your belly buttons. You know, you can stop touching your belly buttons now. There we go.
I would now like to invite up 8th grade teacher, Mrs. Kristen Camarinos, to the podium. Thank you.
Good morning. It is with great pride that I have the honor of introducing the 2018 Scholars Academy Middle School Salutatorian, Michael Nocera. Upon his arrival in my homeroom, I came to discover what a remarkable, kind, and oftentimes utterly unique young man he truly is. It is not every day where a teacher assigns a simple project and one of her students comes in with hot dogs prepared to eat in order to bring his presentation to life. Wise beyond his years, he even carries a reverse Uno card in his wallet on the off chance that he needs to use it to pull the old bait and switch on anyone who may be standing in his way. This is who our salutatorian is, someone who spends an enormous amount of time being mature, but is never afraid to embrace his youth. Earning a 97.8 overall GPA for the past 3 years, it is here where we must bid him a fond farewell, as he will begin to make a new journey through the halls of Xaverian High School. Yet it is with Seawolf pride that we know he has undoubtedly left his impression upon the Scholars Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the podium the 2018 Scholars Academy Middle School Salutatorian, Michael Nocera.
Hi, everyone. Sorry. Before I start reading the speech that I finished writing 2 days ago.
Put your mouth really close to it.
Before I start reading the speech that I finished writing 2 days ago, I just wanted to thank the faculty for not just today, but for every single day of the past 3 years of our lives. Can we please give them a round of applause? It is because of their effort that we are in this room today, and it is because of them that we are prepared to walk out of this room and unleash our true character onto the world. And Ms. Camarinos, I just wanted to say that from the bottom of my heart, it was an honor and a pleasure being in your class. And for the record, I did not flip that table. That was all Arthur's fault. And for Senor Bierman, hola, ¿cómo estás? Muchas gracias. And also, I'd like to thank Principal O'Connell for leading us through the journey that was middle school. And finally, I'd like to thank our families for supporting us every step of the way and giving us the opportunity to be in this room today. Back when I started school here in 6th grade, I thought it was going to be just like any other school. I'd learn about math, English, and science, then I'd leave in 3 years. But Scholars is so much more. Sure, it's a school, but it's also a family. And it's not just that, it's a family that I'm proud to be a part of. And over the past few years of middle school, I've made friends, I've learned math, and I've had a lot of fun along the way. But that whole journey has led to today. Although most people fear change and try to avoid it, today change is celebrated. Today change is good. Today change is the future. But so is yesterday as well as tomorrow will be. Each and every passing day shapes the future, shapes who you are, and shapes who you will become. So we stand here today with 9 years of schooling in back of us, yet with our entire lives ahead of us. The future is up for the taking. If you have the drive and you have the courage, simply reach out and grab it by the collar, because the future is its own unwritten adventure. Thank you, and I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Lastly, I've always wanted to do this. See what? Thank you.
I would like to now invite 8th grade teacher, Miss Rebecca Hank, to the podium. Thank you.
Intrinsically motivated. That is the best way I can describe the 2018 Scholars Academy Middle School valedictorian, Aaliyah Fernando. There has not been a moment that I have spent teaching our valedictorian where I have felt that she has needed or expected a reward for her hard work and dedication. She finds value in her diligence and is completely self-aware that her greatest rewards come from within. Always kind, caring, and respectful, she is one of Scholars' greatest successes, and we are so excited to honor her here today. Earning a 98.2 overall GPA for the past 3 years, we are beyond proud to call this student a seawolf. We can no doubt expect great things as she begins a new chapter in her studies, as she has accepted a seat at Townsend Harris High School. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the podium the 2018 Scholars Academy Middle School valedictorian, Aaliyah Fernando.
Good morning, Principal O'Connell, parents, guardians, and Scholars Academy staff.
Can you hold it right up to your mouth? Thank you.
I'll start over. Good morning, Principal O'Connell, parents, guardians, and Scholars Academy staff, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. Three years ago, I was in a very similar position to this one. I was standing on the stage in my elementary school, delivering the graduation speech to a group of students whose expressions conveyed mostly anticipation and boredom, mostly boredom. And in my puny 10-year-old voice, I said something along the lines of, "Every error we make gives us something to learn from, a milestone for us to celebrate, a brick on the yellow brick road that leads to the Emerald City." Recently, I've been thinking about all the times we wish that we had a pair of magic ruby slippers that made it possible for us to simply click our heels 3 times and we'd be back in Kansas, away from the pressure of exams and the burden of schoolwork. It's a pity that those shoes were out of stock. Instead, we managed to fight our way through 8th grade. If we hadn't, we wouldn't be here today. But of course, we couldn't have done it alone. We not only had our family and each other by our side, but also our teachers who supported us every step of the way. We had so many opportunities in middle school, made possible by our access to technology and incredible teachers. We were able to make extracurricular classes as electives, and we were given the chance to go on multiple field trips, such as the 8th grade trip to Chelsea Piers just a few weeks ago. It's also important to give ourselves credit for all of our achievements. How did we survive middle school without those magic red shoes? How could we find the power within ourselves to handle anything life threw at us without simply dodging? The Tin Man wanted a heart. We have all witnessed the kindness that people show towards others, and at Scholars it was no different. There's something about suffering through exams and committing the quadratic formula to memory that brings people together. The Scarecrow wanted a brain. We have all succeeded academically. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. But intelligence goes beyond what you can learn in school. Over the years, we have acquired the skills necessary to make the right decisions, which was all a part of growing up. The lion wanted courage. Bravery is what allowed us to take our very first step, to not run for the hills on the first day of school, to keep going even when every cell in our bodies was telling us it was time to give up. But as it turned out for those fantasy characters living in their fantasy world, that power was already inside of them, just as it is inside all of you. For me, leaving Scholars is like leaving Oz. I've made friends, and now we're leaving each other behind. I've made memories, and as life goes on, I hope that they will not be forgotten. But we will never forget everything we've learned, everything that has helped us grow these past 3 years. So at the end of the day, as we move up from middle school into high school and beyond, it is up to each of us to be Dorothy, to wake up in the morning and use what we've gained from our time at Scholars for everything we will accomplish in the future. Ruby slippers not required. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
I would now like to invite up to the podium Grade 8 counselor, Miss Amy Nevins.
Good morning. This morning I will be announcing. Good morning. This morning I will be announcing the recipients of the Student Service and Leadership Awards. Please stand when you hear your name and remain standing until I have reached the end. The Triple C Award for Courage, Character, and Commitment, Emmanuel Fernandez and Angelafi Ahmed. Queensborough President's Annual Educational Incentive Awards, Johanna Tanamaza and Anjanani Bailey. The Rockaway Rotary Service Award, Ariola Adioson. New York State Comptroller Award, Hayden Danto Scanlon and Emily Sir. The New York City Comptroller Award, Raymond Connors and Nabila Fatima. Queens District Attorney Citizenship and Scholastic Endeavors, Francesca Resk and Shafrovo Sikter. Parent Association Service Scholarship Award, Raymond Connors. Congressional Certificate, Carolina Horn, Aaron Curry, and Nina Clifford. The Assemblywoman Stacy Amato Pfeffer Certificate of Merit, Sharona Nagamutu, Madeline Hanley, and Jada Simpson. Assistant Principal Award for School Service, Claire Murphy, Noah Roberts, Gianna Capozzi, and Dylan Black. The Assistant Principal Award for Leading by Example, Emmanuel Fernandez, Samantha Guarino, and Danica Oladipo. Council for School Supervisors and Administrators Student Leadership Award, Jada Malloy. American Federation of School Administrators Leadership Certificate, Sophie Haber. Congratulations to all of our students receiving these awards. You may now be seated. I would like to introduce to the podium Ms. Kelly Hudson.
I now have the privilege of introducing academic excellence as demonstrated by earning the highest grade point average per subject. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Our valedictorian, Aaliyah Fernando. Our salutatorian, Michael Nocera. Academic excellence in math, Daniel Suknanen. Nabila Fatima. Kiva Gormley. Daniel Kenigsberg. Aaliyah Fernando. Alyssa Dallo. Zoe Mai. And Ramisha Parvez. Academic excellence in science, Daniel Suknanen. Mubashir Mumtaz. And Aaliyah Fernando. Academic excellence in humanities, Aaliyah Fernando. Academic excellence in Spanish, Kerry Latuma. And Pameka Lankiewicz. You may be seated. Now for outstanding achievement in core subjects, as demonstrated by overall mastery per subject by cohort. In mathematics, please stand and remain standing. Kerry Latuma, Mushabir Mumtaz, Noah Roberts, Stephanie Bustria, Arthur Terrahoff, Tasnija Oishe. In science for outstanding achievement, Jenny Chen, Victor Borowski, Sophia Brady, Noah Roberts, Caitlin Chan, and Emmanuel Fernandez. Outstanding achievement in Spanish, Sarjona Sritharan, Aiden McCormick, Benjamin Sorrentino, Alicia Navarro, Max Gilliuton, Gianna Capozzi, and Zoe Mai. Outstanding achievement in writing, Keeman Tinson, Grace Raymond, Zachary Rosenstein, Kiva Gormley, Ethan Smith, and Ashley La Rotunda. An outstanding achievement in history, Daniel Kogan, Claire Murphy, Alexander Rosenstein, Maya Udin, Isaiah Feliciano, and Kate Romero. Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to now introduce Ms. Podmore.
Okay, I will be introducing the Outstanding Achievements in Athletics and the Arts Awards. So please again remain standing until you are asked to be seated. In music, Daniel Suknanen, Rebecca Greger, Joseph Vega, Alyssa Juarez, Daniel Kaplan, Emily Sergio. In athletics, Maisie Courtney, Victoria Mullen, Nicholas Tung, Angelafe Ahmed. In urban arts, Tamana Rahman, Fabiha Anjum, Kanisha Buckley, Abraham Curray, Sydney Newell. In theater, Ashley La Rotunda, Kate Romero, Taylor White. In chorus, Jatila Gayudin, Emily Sir, Aaliyah Fernando. In band, Nicholas DeSena, James Endall, Samantha Rodino, Nicholas Fure. In coding, Yogesh Ramdial, Tanvir Islam, Christopher Bellagire. In film, Eric King, Sania Dubé, Kevin Doherty, Ajani Bailey. You may now all be seated. For perfect attendance in middle school, please stand and stay standing until you are asked to be seated. Jocelyn Diaz, Carrie Latuma, Gahim Victor, Anthony Sutikno, Michael Anane, Stephanie Martinez, Zachary Rosenstein, Maya Uden, Angelafe Ahmed, Abraham Curry, and Samantha Redino. You may now all be seated. I would now like to invite Mrs. Vera back to the podium.
Thank you. At this time, to assist me in honoring and recognizing several parents for their service and leadership, I would like to invite Mr. O'Connell, Mr. Milcheski, and Mrs. Colleran. So Patrick Brady, and Belfiore. The Scholars Academy community and school would not be as successful as we are currently without the leadership, service, sweat, hard work, determination, creativity, and patience from our parents and caregivers. We would like to thank and recognize the following parents for their service and leadership on this year's Parent Association Executive Board. Please join us on the stage to receive your certificates. Mark La Rotunda, Irene Doherty, Rosanna Connors, Sissy Belfiore, Suzanne DeGresci. We would also like to thank and recognize the following parents for their service and leadership on our school leadership team. Irene Doherty, Patrick Brady, Michael DeSena, and Tracy Fox. What was he, in the bleachers?
Michael DeSena?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Patrick Brady and Mr. Michael DeSena. We would like to thank these parents for attending all of the after-school and evening meetings, for helping us in creating the school CEP each year, for following up on our action plans, for planning school events, and let's give them a round of applause, please. Our parent leaders. And we thank those in advance that are continuing that next year. Pardon? We're going to now go over to that table for diplomas. As the administration will prepare the diplomas for the main course of the morning, I would like to introduce grade 8 teacher, Miss Caitlin Doyle, to begin the presentation of the diplomas. It's best to hold it right to your mouth.
Will the first row of graduates please rise? Ariola Adiosun. Giancarlo Arias. Gulam Aisha. Kanye Brooks. Brendan Byrne. Michael Calabro. Jenny Chen. AJ Crowley. Cassidy Dino Brega. Jocelyn Diaz. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Juan Francisco Diaz. Andrew Deviney. Sarah Dolan. Jana El Said. Rebecca Greger. Sophie Haber. Zev Isakov. Cariel Jarrett. Eric King. Daniel Kogan. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Christina Lawrence. Jagmeet Minhas. Caitlin Moran. Jessica Mulholland. Mubashir Mumtaz. Anthony Munoz Perez. Sharona Nagamutu. Tina Nugent. Brandon Ojeda. Olivia Percaccio. Sarjona Sritharan. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Isaiah Stewart. Isabella Yusuf. Temitade Adeyemi. Howard Appel. Victor Borowski. Madison Sinali. Alexandra Cook. Maisie Courtney. David Del Castillo. Nicholas DeSena. Sania Dubé. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Samantha Guarino. Carolina Horn. Raisa Jareen. Aiden Keene. Sophia Nochin. Abigail Lakes. Anthony Licato. Kerry Latuma. Brianna Liu. Jason Machado. Will the next row of graduates please rise? John Mazuchin. Cindy Mohan. Claire Murphy. Christian Panetta. Jacqueline Paroye. Amanda Prashad. Yesenia Rivas. Isabella Salina. Gabriel Santa Cruz. Rahib Taher. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Keeman Tinson. Mary Kate Wee. Judea Young. Michael Bowman. Ronan Bryant. Raymond Connors. Renee Dansker. Hayden Danto Scanlon. Ryan Errett. Summer Fulkowski. Layla Farmer. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Jatila Gayadine. Christina Jableski. Jasmine Hewitt. Jessica Isakov. Peter Jejushuk. Ariana Khan. Pameka Lankiewicz. Maxfield Laval. Sarah Macomba. Aiden McCormick. Kellyanne McKinney. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Chanel Miller. Tiana Miller. Aiden O'Sullivan. Anthony Pepe. Justice Quinn. Tamana Raman. Yogesh Ramdyal. Grace Raymond. Barry Sanchar. Frank Syme. Lamiha Sheik. Daniel Suknanen. Gahim Victor. Michael Williams. I'd now like to welcome Senor Adam Bierman to the podium.
Will the next row of graduates please rise? Alexis Sadabo. Ahitaman Akir. Fabiha Anjum. Catherine Belfiore. Faith Breslin. Kanisha Buckley. Stephanie Bustria. Nellie Campos. Aaron Curry. Isabella Edry. Nabila Fatima. Ashton George. Kiva Gormley. Salvatore Greco. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Madeline Hanley. Sasha Hiralal. Tanvir Islam. Alyssa Juarez. Taylor Kelly. Daniel Kenigsberg. John McCabe. Edward McCarthy Coyne. Alicia Navarro. Shannon O'Connell. Jacqueline Payadu. Francesca Resk. Alexander Rosenstein. Benjamin Sorrentino. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Anthony Sutigno. Joseph Vega. Shaylin Volk. Olivia Wageman. Andre Yemen. Justin Aliman. Michael Anane. Josie Anaya. Fabian Apicella. Sebastian Arteaga. Victoria Biordi. Sophia Brady. Valeria Castro. Jaden Davis. Will the next row of graduates please rise? James Endall. Janice Faduba. Sukraj Guman. Joseph Grillo. Emily Hassan. Ashley Hassan. Molly Hurley. Aaliyah Jagnarin. Stephanie Martinez. Daniel Mageni. Victoria Mullen. Danica Oladipo. Maria Rivadeneira. Noah Roberts. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Zachary Rosenstein. Tyler Serrano. Elizabeth Shapshall. Danielle Shea, Shaprovo Sikder, Manpreet Singh, Emily Sir, Maya Udin, James Wageman, Paulina Wong. I'd now like to invite Ms. Jessica Hank to the podium.
Class 806, Angelafe Ahmed. Denixa Almonte. Christopher Belgeri. Dylan Black. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Matthew Bazzoni. Gianna Capozzi. Caitlin Chan. Hugo Chavez Reyes. Abraham Curray. Alyssa Dallo. Shannon Davey. Kevin DeCastro. Lauren Donzella. Isaiah Feliciano. Aaliyah Fernando. Ethan Fox. Max Gillutin. Christopher Light. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Zoe Mai. Jada Malloy. Tesnia Oishi. Ryan O'Shea. Priya Prasad. Naholi Rahman. Maya Ramlal. Sean Richter. Michael Rogers. Amani Scott. Emily Serglau. Johanna Tanamasa. Bashkar Thakardeen. Julia Vicari. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Taylor White. Class 807. Verda Aclap. Camilla Alva Lopez. Ajani Bailey. Armani Brown. Emily Calderon Perez. Nina Clifford. Jenna Colleran. Thomas Davey. Charles DeGricci. Yashika Dahl. Kevin Doherty. Madison Elliott. Diane Earhart. Will the next row of graduates please rise? Emmanuel Fernandez. Nicholas Fiore. Natasha Garcia. Kylie Gutierrez. Basal Iman. Daniel Kaplan. Ashley La Rotunda. Bridget Lowe Finley. Jillian Mayorano. Sydney Newell. Michael Nocera. Ramisha Parvez. Christopher Pisano. Samantha Rodino. Will the final row of graduates please rise? Kate Romero. Jada Simpson. Owen Singleton. Ethan Smith. Arthur Terrahoff. And Nicholas Tung. Get them all up? Do you want to? No, I do. So sit down.
At the close of this graduation ceremony, our graduates will exit during the recessional as the band plays. We ask all guests, parents, and family members to please remain in your aisles until the recessional comes to a close. Once all graduates have exited the theater, we're going to ask all guests to exit after them through the doors to my left, and the graduates will meet you outside. Before we close this morning's ceremonies, I will take a very quick last opportunity to say on behalf of the faculty and administration of Scholars Academy, congratulations to both our graduates and the family and friends who have helped them all arrive at this moment. One of our favorite days at school, especially for the humanities team, is Poem in Your Pocket Day. I've been saving this poem until today because when I looked it up online and I read it that morning to make sure I had a poem in my pocket, I said, this means something. I'm reading this at the 8th grade graduation in place of my closing remarks. So to our graduates, this is dedicated to you. Believe in yourself and in your dream, though impossible it may seem. Someday, somehow, you will get through to the goal that you now have in your view. Mountains fall and seas will divide before the one who is in his stride takes a hard road day by day, sweeping obstacles in your way away. Believe in yourself and in your plan. Say not, I cannot, but I can. The prizes of your life you fail to win if you doubt the power within. And that was anonymous. May I please ask the graduates to rise. We are now at the moment we have all been waiting for, the turning of the tassels. Graduates, at this time, you can face the stage, you can face the back. If your family is in the back, you can face the sides. Just choose a direction to stand facing for this momentous moment. Take a look around and savor this moment. This is your last moment of middle school. Now with your left hand, grasp your tassel. On behalf of the staff and administration of Scholars Academy and the New York City Department of Education, we are proud to welcome you to high school and congratulate you as the class of 2018 Scholars Middle School graduates. You may turn your tassel to the left side. You are now officially graduates of the Scholars Academy class of 2018. Congratulations to you and your families. Mr. Light, take it away. Usually administration stays and staff will go. Staff are invited outside before the graduates exit. Administration stays on the stage.